What is up, fellow champions of Azeroth? This is the Chig coming at you with another season of Discovery Guide. Today we're going to be talking about how I'm planning to level my Warlock when I get around to that one particularly. And I may talk a little bit about how my buddy Basil is going to be leveling his. Anyway, before we get started, go hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification icon so you get notified every time we come out with a new video. Also, got a couple of requests to make Patreon, so I'm going to leave a link to that if you're interested. Just $2 as a minimum tier. It gets you a sub spot in the Discord, Hangouts. We'll figure out what else we want to do. I'm open to suggestions. Anyway, let's hop right into it, shall we? So, I've already gone over a little bit of this. We've already talked about the gear and all that stuff. So, what we're going to talk about today is just some talents and runes that we're going to be using. So I personally am going to be going Affliction for leveling because I love dots. Dots are probably my favorite thing in the game. I really enjoy playstyle. I really enjoy being able to run around and dot things up. I really enjoy instant casts. I really enjoy most of those things. So let's hop right into it. First things first, we are going to be just going to level 25. I will come out with other videos later on going to the different level brackets. So do not worry about that. First things first, I'm going to be throwing 5 points into improved corruption because who doesn't want instant cast dots? Dots are amazing. You have some choices when you get to the second row, which is incredible when you think about it. And the reason you have choices is because the synergies that you have with your runes. So we have improved drain life, increases the health drain by your drain life by 2%, which is incredible. Improved life tap gives the mana awarded by your life tap by 10%. Incredible. Improved drain stole, 50% chance to get 100% increase your mana regeneration for 10 seconds if the target is killed while you drain its soul. In addition, your mana may continue to regenerate while casting at 50% of normal. Also just amazing in general, right? Then improved curse of weakness, increase the effectiveness of curse of weakness by 6%. That's a non-starter. We're not going to use that. So my 2 pennies is going to be use improved drain life, all 5 points. Then we come down here, we've got improved Curse of Agony, increases the damage of your Curse of Agony. We've got Fell Concentration, 14% chance to avoid damage caused while channeling, drain life, drain mana, or drain soul. So with the runes we're using, this is really not going to matter, so we're not going to pick that up. Amplify Curse, that's a good cooldown, but I don't think it's going to be as useful early on. You can pick it up if you just want a little bit of a cooldown for your Curse of Agony. Otherwise, what I would suggest, just throwing 2 points into improved life tap. And then you can put the rest of your points where you want, right? You got 4 more points to play with. So putting 4 points in suppressions, probably not a bad idea. You can go 3 points in suppression and then throw a point into Nightfall. That's probably not a bad idea. But pretty much the points I think should be basically used no matter what are these 12, and then use the last 4 whatever you want, right? You can go over there, start going down the demonology tree, start going down the destruction tree, whatever you feel like doing. All right, so let's talk about the runes. So with the chest rune, we've got Chaos Bolt, sends a Chaos Bolt, sends a bolt of chaotic energy at the enemy dealing damage, always hits, cannot be resisted, and its knowledge causes your fire spells to pierce through absorption effects. Gains a high chance to be resisted when used against monsters 4 or more levels above your level. Okay, so we're not going to be using Chaos Bolt because we're not scaling fire damage. Gain the Demonic Tactics ability. All melee and spell critical chance if you and your pet by 10%. We're not going to be using that because dots can't crit, right? So that's where we're at with that. Lake of Fire. We're not going to be using fire abilities, so we're not going to be using this for this one. Gain the Lake of Fire ability. Rain of Fire also leaves a Lake of Fire on the ground that increases all fire damage you deal and your demon pet deals by the affected enemies by 40% for 15 seconds. This is going to be huge for fire builds. It's going to be amazing. Master Channeler. Your drain life is no longer channeled. Lasts 15 seconds with a 15-second cooldown. Costs 100% more mana and heals you for 50% more each time it deals damage. This is what I'm going to use because this is just going to be great in general. It's going to be awesome. And then Soul Siphon. This would be my second choice if you're going to be going Affliction. Increase the amount drained by your drain life and drain soul spells by an additional 6% for each of your Warlock shadow effects afflicting the target, up to a maximum of 18%. So as long as you're debuffing with your shadow spells, you're going to be doing more damage. I think Master Channeler is where I'm going to be wanting to live, so that's what I'm going to pick up. Hands. What? Why does it have Chaos Bolt on hands and on chest? That's weird. Alright, anyway, hands. Gain the Haunt ability. Unleash a ghostly soul on the enemy, dealing damage and increasing all shadow damage over time you deal to that target by 20%. When Haunt ends or is dispelled, you heal for the amount of damage you dealt to your target. That is going to be incredible. It's going to be awesome. That's where I'm going to be putting my point. So the Metamorphosis ability, if you want to be Tanky Boy, transform into a demon, increasing your armor by 500%, reducing the chance you'll be critically hit by 6%, and increasing your threat by 50%, increasing mana gain by life tap by 100%. Oh my gosh. Some of these things give you new abilities. Searing Pain is now instant. Shadow Bolt becomes Shadow Cleave. So you're going to be able to cleave with your Shadow Bolt, which is going to be incredible. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really good. And then with that, that is where we are going to be there. You also get Fear replaced with Menace. I'm not real sure what that does. Taunts a target to attack you, but has... Oh, so they changed that. Cool. So taunts a target to attack you, but has no effect if the target is already attacking you. So Fear is going to be your taunt. That's even better. Demon Charge. I think that's how... Yeah. Demon Charge. Charge an enemy and stun it for 1 second. Cannot be used in combat. And this is just Warrior Charge, but for Warlocky boys and girls. Demonic Howl forces all nearby enemies to focus their attacks on you for 6 seconds. So, yeah, that's just your AoE taunt. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be really cool. And then Shadow Bolt Volley. This is going to be also really good if you are any of the Shadow Bolt specs. It's also going to be good if you're Affliction in general. So you could also pick this one up if you don't like how Haunt works, or if you're doing dungeons. Doing dungeons, this is probably going to come in better because you're going to be able to cleave, right? Gain the Shadow Bolt Volley ability. Your Shadow Bolt now strikes up to 5 targets within a chain distance of 10 yards. But for 20% reduced damage. So it's just going to be doing better damage. It's going to be great. It's going to be really cool. Being able to AoE with your Shadow Bolt is just really cool. It's going to be really good for like PvP and dungeons and stuff. But I'm going to pick Haunt there. And then we are going to look at the Leg Runes last here. Gain the Demonic Grace ability. Surge with Fell Energy, increasing your pets and your own dodge chance by 30%. Your chance to critically strike with all attacks by 30%, lasts 6 seconds. This is going to be a great cooldown for you and your pet if you need it. Gain the Demonic Pact ability. This is going to be really good for you Demonology Warlocks out there. Your pet's critical strikes, apply the Demonic Pact to your party members for 45 seconds. Increases spell damage 10% of your total spell damage, or level divided by 2, whichever is higher. Does not work on subjugated demons because subjugated demons have different coefficients on their stuff. Everlasting Affliction. This is where I'm going to be. I think this is going to be awesome. I really like this mechanic. Drain Life, Drain Soul, Shadow Bolt, Shadow Cleave, Searing Pain, Incinerate, and Haunt. Refresh the duration of your corruption on the target back to its maximum duration. So basically, when you're out in the world, you throw up your health funnel thing, your Siphon Life, Siphon Health thing that we were talking about a second ago. Master Channeler, that's it, that one. And Everlasting Affliction, and like just forever, right? Like for 15 seconds, and then it's going to refresh to max duration, and you're not going to have to worry about it. It's going to be great. Then Incinerate, it's just another fire spell if you're going to be Demonology or Destro Warlock, so it's going to be really cool. So I'm going to be going for Everlasting Affliction. So this is what I'm going to be doing for points. Obviously, you got these last 4 to put wherever you want. Other than that, you know, you can follow the other guide that I put out already for actually doing stuff. And then one more thing I'd like to talk about as a caster in general is your wand progression is going to be very, very, very important. So what I would suggest is making sure you're always on top of having a good wand, because that's going to be the majority of your DPS most of the time. You can get the Fire Wand super early. Fire's level 7, Shadow Wand, Lesser Magic Wand. You can get a level 5. You can get that from any enchanter. Cinder Wand, like just make sure you're paying attention and upgrading your wand every time you get the opportunity, because it's going to make your questing a lot easier. And then there's also this particular wand right here, the Dancing Flame. This comes from the quest line that I was talking about to get you the one-hander for the melee guys. This is literally going to be more DPS than anything you could possibly do. You're going to throw up your dots, and then you're going to Dancing Flame, just auto shoot with your wand, and it's going to be incredible. But just make sure as you're going through, you're just upgrading. You just want to have, since none of these have stats on them, you're just looking for the most DPS. Don't necessarily worry about the actual damage numbers. You're just looking for DPS. And as far as your gear goes, if you're going Affliction, make sure you get any shadow damage gear you can get your hands on of Shadow Wrath is always great. Also, get Int and Stam. Other than that, like, you're good, right? Get of the Eagle gear and get of Shadow Wrath, and you're gonna be good. Obviously, pick and choose. Try to make sure you have at least a little bit of stats in both directions. You don't want to be all damage or all mana. You want to kind of have a medium spot there. Also, don't forget that you do have a lot of ways to get mana back as a Warlock, so you're really not going to be struggling too much in that department. So that's all I got to say for the Affliction guide here. I will do something for probably Demonology, maybe another spec, but for the most part, this is kind of where I think is going to be the easiest and the most fun and the most smooth to play. If you're going to be tanking, I may just come out with a tanking guide in general for the Warlock. I already have one up that's kind of a starter for that, so if you want to go check that out, feel free. Other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow in Azeroth. I am super excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget, you can hop over to the Discord. You can join us if you want to play with us. Make sure you come out to the east side in a PvP realm. That's where we're going to be. We're going to be trying to get some guild signatures tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to seeing you guys.